hello, 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 hello. Okay, there we go. Hold up. Let's do this, Leroy Jenkins style. Alright. Day 8, DawnTrail. Let's hop into. Electricity has done much to improve the efficiency of their farming, but hasn't replaced everything. The people wanted to preserve their old way of life, and we did not want to force ours upon them. We went to such lengths so that... Oh, sorry, she's got choppable butt. We went to such lengths so that our cultures could coexist, even going so far as to learn our tongue. I'm sure everyone appreciated that. Communication was thankfully not an issue, for the Turali tongue is surprisingly similar to Alexandrian. Of course, there are words and phrases for which there is no equivalent, but those can be taught with minimal effort. Through mutual respect, understanding, and patience, we Alexandrians and Turali have learned a great deal from one another. And I am sure there is much to learn, much you wish to learn as well. So please, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. Stream for just a little bit before the babies get here. A day in the life. Rather than bore you with lengthy explanations, let us head back to the farm we passed earlier. Yepye's Halo, it is called. We can speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. I guess we're off to Yepye's Halo. Lots of Y's in there. Like, why you got so many Y's in your name, bro? Why the Y? Why the Y's? What we talking? Let me introduce you to Mahusa, one of the most experienced farmhands in all of Alexandria. She's well versed in myriad farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of knowledge she has shared with our farmers is what has allowed this place to flourish. Queen's Feed, to what do I owe the sudden shower of praise? My apologies for the interruption. I come with the guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more of Alexandria, and so I invited them to see how our crops are grown. I do hope that's alright. And that thing on the side of their head, man, it's bugging me. So the rumors of visitors from the outside were true. Hi. What manner of hosts would we be to deny them a look around? And I gather your majesty also intended to check on things here. Hi. You know me too well, Mahusa. I thought to seize this opportunity to see how the farmers fare, and perhaps pepper them with a few questions, though I do so enjoy observing and taking part in the work too. It would appear we have her permission, so please, walk the grounds to your heart's content. You go on ahead, I'll keep Sphene company. Don't misunderstand. I'm not the suspicious type, but given our positions, it would make sense for us to go around together, wouldn't you say? A fair point, but be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain under Wuklamon's watchful eye. Pray, come find us after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other farmhands. chocobo's significantly slower than the bike. Light levels appear to be fine. As for the power source... You wish to know about my job? I tend to the fields mostly, watering the crops, keeping the soil fertile, and so on. It admittedly took some time until I fully understand how best to carry out my duties. I also manage the lamps we use in the fields. There we go. Also manage the lamps we use in the fields. We do our best to keep everything up to code, but should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. The land and sky being what they are, ensuring a rich harvest makes for constant work. But honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. With my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. Doesn't he have a pot? Oh, an unfamiliar face. I gather this is your first time on site then. On site. Well, this here's a storehouse. Or rather the entrance. The real storehouse is underground, much more spacious and equipped with a temperature regulation system to keep the harvest from spoiling. Since the entrance is so small, it's much easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside, which also makes it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We've even got a few beds down there for emergencies. My parents often complain about how Alexandrian technology and electricity complicate our lives, but it's just a matter of learning how things work. Take my job for instance. I'm presently overseeing the storage of harvested crops. They'll be taken up to the tower for processing, and from there find their way to every dining table in Alexandria. The work is hard, I'll not deny, but I take great satisfaction in what we do. Yeah, this expansion is different, man. Giving us like detailed explanations about, you know, like these could be side quests. Well, anyways, they're saying that you and yours are visitors from beyond the barrier. Is that true? I mean, they very lightly went over this kind of stuff in Shadowbringer, but there's like an in-depth, hey, this is how we farm. So it is, which means we're connected to the outside world again. Not that I have a desire to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of livestock. Here at Yup's Halo, we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, and eggs. Tending animals is an absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It's always a little sad when they're shipped off, but a job is a job. Well, I need to get back to it. But it was nice talking to you. Please give my regards to the Queen. Hi. Sven! Music's interesting here. I see, don't be too hard on yourselves. Anyone would have been hard-pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. I gather you've had your fill of speaking with the farmers. Then let us return to Mawasa. Yeah, I'd have to say I've probably only found about 35% of this expansion. The expansion's MSQ. Interesting and captivating. Just talking about the story elements only. Well, what are your impressions of the farm so far, by the way? Everything was surprisingly normal. I was amazed that everyone loves their work. Electricity is quite impressive. So it was electricity that caught your eye. That's only natural, I suppose, if you come from a place without it. Still, you only seem mildly impressed. This leads me to believe you have experience with even more marvelous technology. Love to hear your tales one day. What did you think of our little tour, Lamont? She's like, that's Google Lamont to you. What did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name and I thought... No, it's fine. As you said before, we've no need for titles and formalities. As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. That machines could be used to overcome so harsh an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. The feeling is understandable. Indeed, many still find the machinery behind me baffling. It's a system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Huh? Acting up, you say? You needn't worry, my queen. It happens fairly often. Put simply, it's taken in water that had a strong lightning charge. I think some creatures have become charged up with the energy, and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. The system will return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it of the army. I guess we're gonna go kill him. We'll do it. That's most gracious of you to offer, but it is much too dangerous. Oh, it's no trouble for the Valve Resolve of Tuliolal. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simply as that. Simple as that. And Eroc's even stronger than I am. It shouldn't take us long at all. That's right, I am more stronger. Very well, I gratefully accept, but please take all care. This ought to go even faster if you and I search for lightning charged fiends on our own. Good hunting. Fiends? 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 Fiends! That's the water they use? We're stepping in it. Chocobo buds in it. Prepare yourself! That's it. Really? Any more of y'all electric fiends down here? My soul is thirsty for action. Where y'all electric fiends at, River? Ow! 16,000 damage. That's rude. That's just rude. Hey! trying to get rid of us with your electric fiends, huh? Huh? Ah, you're both alright, thank goodness. You really needn't have worried so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the fiends. They're all gone now. Of course I was worried. You're my dear guest. But thank you, I truly appreciate this. Indeed, with this we won't have to ask Zoral Jal's machines for help. Zoral Jal. He's been making a concerted effort to bolster his forces, sparing but a fraction for the people's protection. He thinks nothing for our safety, unlike Queen Sphene. That's enough, Mausa. If you have grievances, I will hear them later. But to speak of the king now... Oh, we haven't forgotten his deeds, girl. No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. No, that's true. Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folk here are delightful, and it was a pleasure to meet them. You couldn't have favored us with more uplifting words. My people are my pride and joy. And you never fail to let us know, nor how much you care. How much you care. Of course, you're my precious family, all of you. You seem a good sort, Sphene. I'll admit. Oh, you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for the enemy queen just yet. For you to be called that, I dread to imagine what villainy your majesty has committed. Come now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, and one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable. True that. True that. Now, I believe we are done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? Yes, what other really amazing things are we learning about? We get to some meat. Some meat of the, what level am I? I'm 99. I'm gonna get to the meat. Let me do monk. Yeah, I'll do monk. I'll get samurai to 100 that quick. Perhaps we should head back to the outskirts. I dare say your friends will also have returned by now. My thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come and visit us anytime. You hear that? What it is?
What's happening over there?
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
It's nearly time. Oh, sorry. I just realized it's always activated.
I'm glad you could make it.
Make it for what? What's nearly time? Who's that?
Are you with us?
Queen Sphene has come to see you. We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right. Oh.
Dang.
What's the matter, dear?
This is some meat that I'll be talking about. The bracelet. Got him, coach.
It can't be.
Can't be. That's right, that's right.
That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
Namika, yep. Yep.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
It was her nana. Her nana.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
Yeah, the time difference.
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days.
30 years.
For her.
Namika, it's me. Wuklamat.
Yeah, Zara was like, I didn't know you were
I'm
still alive.
afraid
when
her
talking to
time with
Father.
us is nearly at an end. Has she no more soul cells?
Soul cells.
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Where are they ushering her to?
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end.
What do you mean it's not the end?
Be not afraid. Your memory will live on
in us.
in us.
What?
Living on in memory. The giants
Yeah, that's what I
share
was
a
thinking,
similar
giants.
belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Right, that's what I was saying.
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There
Ease
we
her
will
burden.
ease her burden.
How?
I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer?
Yeah. Time was cut
We may
short.
not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
I wouldn't be asking, but that's my nana. What you mean?
Let us give them some time alone.
I don't need no permission. I'll pull the axe out right now on everybody and take her. What you mean? She's got one of the things on the side of her head. Soul cells. What are those? What are those?
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end.
What do you mean it's not the end?
Hmm?
Why does she keep saying that?
Oh, nothing. I was
Soul
just thinking
sale.
that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
Yeah, I remember Zoral, like I was saying. He was like, I thought you were dead, when he was talking to his dad.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a void gate, or even with the Crystal Tower.
Yeah, because it's
In
the
essence,
land.
we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining.
Yeah, it's not like we went somewhere else.
Which invites the question, how was such a feat
It
accomplished?
literally exists in our world. Like
I
the
wish
dome.
that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding. I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
Flood of electricity.
I
Flood of
see.
Thunder.
And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
In other words, Sven's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
But of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder.
That face makes you think that's not true.
Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs.
Solution 9 is a Final Fantasy 9 reference.
Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
Good, because we'll take him down right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoralja do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here.
Yeah, he killed her father, bro. Do you hear me?
I've come to avenge my father.
Yes.
And to do so, I intend to take Zoralja's life.
Woo!
Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
Probably not. Probably not.
A fair question.
And a fair answer is what?
Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount.
That's not a direct answer.
I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm.
That's not a direct answer.
It is a ruler's duty.
Why are you playing games with me, girl?
Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course.
She's making weird faces and directly answering questions.
And ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
She's super old too.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
Well, she's a Viera. They have long lives, right?
I am afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
The Viera from the first Shadowbringers, they could live like hundreds of years, I think. Yeah, I'm looking at that too. What's that? Is it updating?
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep, anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
What? After that thing just made all them lights noise, see? There it is. There it is. What's going on?
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
As soon as they took her to the tower.
How can you not know who she is?
The medical
You're in charge
tower.
here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
What? What do you mean? What? See?
Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
And he's just gonna bounce. Sorry, I'm gonna dip real quick. See ya. I don't want nobody touching my memories. I don't like that. You could use that for so many evil things. No, man. Hex no. Bro, you could kidnap somebody and then erase people's memories. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Hex no. That's, ooh. I can already instantly see so many bad ways that they could be used. That's crazy that they signed up for that. I don't care. And they'll be like, but they're like, yeah, if we die though, we get raised back to life. No. 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 Oh my God, no. That is insane. All the crazy, sadistic people out there, you could be using to, I mean, if someone with bad intentions had control of that kind of power. You know what I'm saying? When you die, you get raised back to life. What? Do you know the kind of, oh my goodness, and erasing people's memories? Can it give people memories? That's crazy. That's, no, bruh. No. Yeah, that's more than unsettling. Like, we need to get out of here. Or we need to start pulling some weapons out of something. No, man, no. Yeah, no, he didn't. Yeah, that's unacceptable. What's going on? How could Peel, Pole, whatever, suddenly forget about Namika? It's as if he never knew her. You're like, your children could be taken, and you wouldn't remember them? What? Family? Siblings? If somebody like wanted your wife, they could like, no, bro. No. Could the same thing have happened to others as well? I wonder. No way to find out. Let's make inquiries about Namika in the area. We can reconvene afterwards at the Aetheryte. Bruh. This is... I mean, it's some good story. You know what I'm saying? This is some meat. That's what I was just talking about. But, bruh. No. Working resident. No woman named Namika? I'm afraid I don't know that person. I'm sorry I couldn't be of help. That's... That's too manipulative. Like, that's like God territory right there. What's that? Do I know a Namika? Never met anyone by that name. And I've worked at the outskirts for a good while now. If she spent time here, I would remember. Nah, you wouldn't. You got that thing. And you don't even remember. Like, there's no way for you to know that you don't know something. Bruh. Not cool. Oops. That's what's going to the oops. Be rough. I do recall caring for someone until recently. And you say that it was a woman named Namika? Well, I can't say for certain if it was her. I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just been taken up to the clouds. Nah, bro. And like, you just cool with it. You just cool with it. All these people with the things on their sides of their head. Bruh. Sphene, I thought we were gonna get along, maybe. No, I didn't actually think that, but you were acting nice at least, but I knew the other shoe was gonna drop sometime, but this is quite the other shoe. Quite. No. I can't let that go. That's incredibly disturbing. So it was the same for everyone. Not a single person remembers Namika. It's as if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. While such a thing might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a surge of ether corresponding to the act, too, and I sensed none in that moment. Neither did I, but I did notice something else. Right before Pippoan seemingly forgot, a light in the device on his head began to blink. Could there be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. But who might we ask about this? If we continue making such inquiries, I expect we would only cause confusion. Indeed, if we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we could search for how does she pronounce her name? Calcula? Instead, I can't remember what she said. She said to try the Thunder Yards. It should be in this direction. What is that? Beep boop beep boop beep. Impossible. What? Omega? Another kind of mechanical soldier? It looks dangerous. We better destroy it. Ah! Don't be running. Yeah, it doesn't look dangerous. Should we give chase? Well, it's running, so why not? I think it understood our words. It might be worth asking it some questions. Erinville, are you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing, I'm fine. Well, it went off in the direction we're headed anyway, so let's try to track it down. Hi. Well, it's starting to get a little bit misty. What's your problem? Oh, you know the voice of the machine? That's not his mom, is it? Because we're supposed to be going to see his mom. And he just said something about the voice. And it's in the same direction as where we were going. I see you! Hole in the wall. You found it? Sorta. It was just like there. To the northeast, and it must be bound for the mines. Come on then. It could well be a trap, so let's not rush in too quickly. Very interés. Thunder Spirit. You're trying to aggro me. I see you. We got dry. Turquoise. I guess safe to assume it went to the mines. An old coal mine? Coals have long since been abandoned, like so many other places. I heard faint voices coming from inside, so it's not alone. But we're still going in, of course. This may be a trap. Be ready for a fight, everyone. Nah, they best be ready. Coming in, guns blazing. What? Ether current. What you got, Graha? It appears no one has worth tons of place himself. I'm not worried. We've had to improvise countless times before, after all. Sure did. The device made of philanthropy. It seems to be the only one here. I can hear them several people up ahead. Take this charger out. Okay. I can't make out the conversation with the echo here. Let's keep going. It's down your guard. Oof. What's that creepy music? I mean, something crazy is about to happen. What are you?
What is this?
What indeed? Yes, indeed.
Ironville!
Oh.
A trap?
Huh?
It really is you!
How do you know his name? His real name?
Huh?
Who?
Who?
I just have to get a look at you in the light. And I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Elderspiel!
Is it his mom?
My darling, what now?
She's like, I don't get to paint. My brush is wet.
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
Bun Bun. Is that for Bunny? Fussy little Bun Bun?
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
But I'm not seeing you.
I know that laugh anywhere.
I'm seeing a
Mother?
floating TV.
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
Yeah.
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galul Jaja's kin?
Cool.
I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Ellen Espia was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
Your face doesn't ring any bells.
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Bun Bun.
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
Kafkiwa? It sounds like there's an F in there.
I'm sorry?
Kafkia? Kafkia?
Oh, this won't do. Come in. Come in! Friends of my Ellen Espia are always welcome.
Are you ready then?
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
Are those twins? Pink hair? They remind me of the twins from Nier Automata, but they had red hair.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place. How are things still getting stranger?
Yeah, why is she a TV? She couldn't have died. They have longer lives than regular humans. Very weird. Who are you? Oh, hello. Where's your twin at? This is the twin. Nostalgia. Hi there. What you doing? Oh yeah, I'm streaming right now. So I thought you didn't want to play when you're sick. May change your mind all of a sudden. We change your mind all of a sudden. If it's any consolation, this is all rather confusing to us as well. Interesting. As far as I can tell, this is indeed my mother. I can think of a few people in the world quite so spirited. But as to what's happened, we'll need to ask her. She's not gonna tell us probably. She probably ain't gonna tell us. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It is. Let's hear what she has to say. You mind closing these blinds over here since they're over here just shining in people's face? Yeah, you mind closing that? It's so wonderful to meet you all. And the students of Valdesi. It's been a while since I heard that name. Dare I ask the reason for your appearance? Oh, this? It's just a body that I control remotely. I use this for our operations. Okay, and where are you at? Remember? If you open PKXD, is it gonna go away? If you open PKXD, is it gonna go away? Alright.
Hold on, let's check it. Give me a second. If the video goes away without me touching it, that means the recording stopped.
We're members of the resistance organization, Oblivion. We call ourselves, and our goal is to thwart Zorjal's ambitions for conquest. As the leader, it's prudent that I remain where I can't be easily found. What about your colleagues? I see whimsical appearances notwithstanding. Yours is a serious cause. Sounds like she's making something. Right you are, though truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. And that is? And why did she run when they talked about destroying it? She's somewhere else. As I expect, you've already noticed everything you see within this dome. The buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet is a fusion of two worlds. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission, but you failed, obviously. Then, does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. This was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend that's passed down to members. By the time we joined, the sole objective was stopping Zoral Ja. But we failed to do that, and now he's taking his army outside the dome, so he's just failing all over the place. What do you need to be over here in a machine body and you over here failing like this? None of you wear those strange devices on your heads. Does that have something to do with your work? You mean this? It's a regulator, the pinnacle of electropede technology. And that we don't wear it is indeed related to our operations. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. Regulators have two primary functions. Okay? The first, as the name suggests, is the regulation of the wearer's reserve of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. Where does it get the souls from? Maybe from the medical tower? Reserve? You mean people walk around carrying spare souls? They do. Souls are packaged in cells, and they can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as in accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though.
It's random if you don't have them that already equipped. It's random.
Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. So you have to work hard to get souls. Souls is a common resource and payment for services rendered. Yeah, that's weird. Where did the souls come from, though? Still what I'm waiting for. Where did they come from? How did they get into the reserve? How are they packaged? The voidsent practice of consuming others for their ether comes to mind. And similarly, I expect that that act comes with some risk. Hey man, ask the obvious question. Where do the souls come from, y'all? Where do they come from? Zero to Crook. That was the name of a rapper back in the day. That's where that comes from. For those of you who don't know. Doesn't it dilute your sense of self when the consciousness of others corrupt your own? They're still not answering the base question. Where did the souls come from, y'all? I mean, look at this. Wouldn't the consciousness of others corrupt your own? Okay, so obviously it's someone else's soul. So let's get to the base question first of where the soul comes from. Where the souls come from. Anyway. That is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Yeah. So they snatch you up and then you aren't remembered. And they use your soul. Memory management, then the reason everyone has forgotten Amika's existence. Are we looking off to the side? Regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearers. So if they should suddenly die, their memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Reason being is that regulators forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing one. Why would they do such a thing? That's a good question. It's a kindness bestowed upon the people by every keep core system so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. Nah, bruh. This is what is meant by their memories being in the cloud. Sorry, had to mute it because Mama was saying something to somebody. Anyways, indeed, all memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and are archived in the system. It's a frightening function of the regulators, and an integral step in soul cell production. Yikes. Oh, damn. KO. You see, when a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. Weird. It's then delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. What? What? What do you mean? How do you separate memories from the soul? What? The result is a fresh soul cell free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. What? 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 Hold on. Hold on. What? Bruh. Disgusting. You disgust me. Hold on. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. What? Hold on. So if everyone or the majority of the people here have one, how do they restock them so that people have multiple souls? Like, you'd have to be like pumping out babies, like, but then they would also need a soul thing on them. What? What? So like, that's mind-boggling. It's what? And this is why people are happy here? On its surface, it's similar to Yoke-Q philosophy, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Ain't that the truth? So like your loved one's soul, well, first off, you're stripped of the memory of the person. Okay, so let's just make this. Okay, we'll use Wook Lamont and Namika. Let's say Wook Lamont has one on her head. Okay. Namika, as we just saw, is taken to the medical tower, and she dies or passes away. Her soul is then taken. It's stripped of its memories and stored in some kind of cloud, and then her soul is packaged to be given to someone else with a regulator. That is highly offensive. So if you have a daughter, let's say, who passes away, you're stripped of her memories. I mean, you're stripped of your memories of her, so you don't even remember her. You don't even remember your own daughter, so you don't even remember your own loved one. Then your loved one has their soul taken, and their soul is stripped of its memories. And then their soul is packaged to be put inside a regulator of another living person, so that when that living person dies, they can come back to life using the soul of that loved one. That's what? Heck no. It's like you're trying to. It seemed like you're trying to run away from the guilt of it. I mean, nobody can hear that and think that that's moral. You know what I'm saying? So we'll you know what I'm saying? We'll package it in. Oh, but it's so that you don't have to deal with loss. You don't have to remember that you've lost someone that you love. Yeah, it's for your benefit. Nah, bro. There's no way I can ever look at this as a positive thing. Sorry. No way. Well, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. Nah, bro. All comes down to what you're used to, I suppose. Nah, it ain't no use to it. It don't have nothing to do with anything. I don't have anything to do with anything. And I already talked about like how it could be used immorally earlier. Like, nah. Like the barrier encasing Alexandria, the system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Nah, y'all came up with the wrong solution. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used literacy to devise a means to save what lives they could so that the nation could endure. That didn't even make sense. Like in order for a population to survive, they have to birth more people than die. But their regulators on their heads have multiple souls in them. How can there ever be enough souls for that to work? That makes no sense to me. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used... did I just read that? I think I just read that. That doesn't make any sense. I understand the people of Alexandria did what they believed was best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe the Tirali would also accept this way of living. Nah, bruh. Came as a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Nah, those are like fighting words. But that's not just like, nah. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. The people have always been free to go without them if they so wish. I don't like it. Sphene didn't strike me as the sort of ruler to impose her will on others. So you've already met. She's the one who suggested we come to the Thunder Yards in the first place. She also said she wants to help us stop Zeral Jah. You know, and you could easily see the upper people being the ones with regulators. whereas your lowly citizen wouldn't have one. Or if they did have one, it would only be to preserve their soul to give to the upper people. No, I mean, if you think about human nature, there's no way that this system would be used rightly and fairly. No way. Awfully kind of her to point you in my direction and to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motive, she has given the people a choice: live with the risk of true death or the security of the regulators. You know, and in this world too, there's like something called the Great Flow. And so when you, well, there's reincarnation on here. So, well, what happens to the soul once it's used? Like, you die, you have a regulator, you die for some reason, and then your regulator uses the soul of another to bring you back to life. Is that even you at that point? Because it's almost like the new soul inhabits you, and your memories, because the thing's been recording, is implanted on that soul. Is that even you at that point? I don't think it is. You've left the body. So I don't even think it is really doing the thing that they say it's doing. That doesn't make any sense at all. Nah. Whatever her motive, she has given the people a choice: live with the risk of true death or the security of the regulators. This is weird. Everything that lives must someday die. That is the natural order of things. Quite right, but however you feel about them, it would be easier to understand what the regulators are capable of if you saw it for yourself. I know just the person to show you, and as luck would have it, they should be starting work right about now. This is wild. Who are we going to see exactly? Now, we'll give them this. This subject is probably the most interesting out of all the expansions. Maybe. Who are we going to see exactly? I'd have to give it more thought. Go in the meeting, you'll find out. Yeah, this subject is probably the most interesting subject. But as far as the overall story as a whole, all the other expansions are better. So far, at least. So far, at least. But in terms of just specific subjects, that's pretty interesting. I'll give him that. I'd never agree to anything like that. That's crazy. Heck no. That would be rejected to the fullest. To alter the memories of the populace with such precision is no small feat. Man, forget about the precision and the... Forget that, man. I'm looking at the morality of it. I'm sorry, but I just can't accept the idea of using souls as a resource. Amen, sister. See, me and you always say we always on the same wavelength. Every time. Every time. We're to see how the regulators work, but how? Alright. No one cares what Aaron I say. Or Wuklama. Everyone here? Good. It is the responsibility of the Thunderyard hunters to fell any fiends found wandering the area. We're to meet an acquaintance of mine, Stripta, one of these hunters. You know, that's another thing. Like, the thing that... Like, what are you... like, relying on? Like... I don't know, the whole thing seems like it's just a facade. There's no... like, it's hollow. When you think about the entire system. Because that's not you. It's someone else's soul, stripped of memories, with your memories written over on their soul. that's not you. I mean, and can a soul even be... Can memories even be, like, are your memories inherent to your soul? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Kafkiwa? Is there an F in that or not? There's not an F in the spelling, but the way they pronounce it sounds like there's an F in there. What are you doing here? And with so many friends. Apologies for the interruption, but I was hoping they might observe you at work. Hunting, you mean? That's fine, I guess. Hold on. I assumed they were wearing special regulators like Queen's Fiend's crown, but they aren't wearing anything at all. You right, we ain't wearing those. It's much too dangerous to be here without one. What if they're struck by lightning or attacked by beasts? That will be alright. I can assure you they're all quite capable of looking after themselves. If anything should go amiss, I will take full responsibility. Well, so I didn't warn you. Danger aside, there isn't really much to see. Calcula said you're a hunter, but wouldn't it be easier for those mechanical soldiers to guard this place? It would, if not for the fact they're weak to lightning. The Thunderyard being what it is, they've been ordered to steer clear. Some good they are, eh? But these facilities are vital to the upkeep of Alexandria's infrastructure, so it falls to hunters like me to deal with any fiends. Given the danger, we're well compensated for our work. It's a perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. You know what would be worse? If there were such a system in place and the person in the system didn't even know it. That would be even worse. The special selection of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. I brought this lot here to see this danger you speak of. If it's not too much trouble to ask. Ah, of course. In which case, it'd be a shame to waste my efforts on just any old beast. And how would you even know that you're in such a structure? Like, how could you even figure that out or find that out, you know? Even mistakenly. I don't know. You all can handle yourselves in a fight, right? If you cause a ruckus slaying what critters you see nearby, there's a chance you'll draw something worthy of a demonstration. So she's about to die, so that we can see how the regulator works. Wasting somebody's soul. I'm not sure I understand, but I suppose we should each slay what we can. Interesting. Did it say defective? Oh, it does say defective. Ah, defective! It showed me! It showed me! I'm sorry! We were capable, I promise! I promise we're capable! We're capable warriors! Oh, my monk. Wrong button. That one's pretty neat. do nicely. She looked at me even before she decided to take it on. She's like, this is a perfect chance for me to show you how I can die and come back to life. We'll help you. It's fine, really. I face worse. Just watch. Let us help. Oh no! Look out! Oh! Woo! Ouch. Flood of lightning. 12 preserve. She needs healing. Right as rain. Also, normally you don't just die. You die because of like your body malfunctions in a way. It's not as simple as your soul slipping in and out of your body. So like whatever was wrong with her body should still be wrong with her, you know? Why did she die? Like, did her heart get punctured, or brain damage from blunt force trauma, or maybe since it was electricity? I mean, that yeah, I still don't get this whole thing. It doesn't make sense. But maybe I'm asking too much from just a fantasy, what do you call it? Oh my goodness, I can't remember categories all of a sudden. Are you mad? Seriously, let us help. Fictional story. I told you not to worry. Let's only take a moment. She's got weapons like me. Same thing Zhuo Zhao did to beat his dad. Boy! Oh goodness. Alley-oop! Yikes. Lion's Barrage! Awesome. Just like Zhuo Zhao, I just said that. Come on, let's get out of here. She's like, aren't I amazing? Aren't I cool? It's also a function of the regulator. Interesting. That's another thing, like, if you knew you could be revived, you know, would that not build a sense of complacency in everyone's life? Like, I'm just going to be restored to life anyway, like, so you'd be less sensitive to danger. I think I understand now how Zhuo Zhao was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa, but I'm not sure what we saw at the end there. As soon as the regulator turned red, it was as if you were possessed. Your movements became beast-like. Don't tell me you empowered yourself with the soul of a beast. I'm reminded of the serpentine soldier we encountered at Vanguard, who did the same. So you've crossed paths with one of the king's elite. Such a form can only be achieved from gorging yourself on souls. Gorging yourself on souls? What? We could do the same in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if they'd allow hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. So what, by stuffing more souls into your body that somehow makes you better? Well, I should get back to work. Take care. By stuffing more souls into your own soul? There you have it. Regulars can be loaded with two kinds of souls. Those of people and those of beasts. If you strip an animal soul, well, what separates us, in this world at least, what separates those of people's souls versus beast souls? I would imagine they strip the beast souls of memories as well. So, how are they different? And why would they make you... Why would it make you stronger? Souls of people can be used to grant the user preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an untimely death. What about the souls of beasts? Well, what about old people? Why wouldn't they give them more souls? Or do you like burn through the souls or something? This didn't make any sense. What about the souls of beasts? They work much in the same fashion, imbuing you the strength of the chosen animal. Why? Like the strength of the animals in their body, not in their soul. I don't get this. It doesn't make any sense. Like if you think of a bear is strong because of its physical body. How would giving you the soul of a bear change the limits of your strength? This isn't making any sense at all. If, for example, they used the soul of a wolf, you would grow more agile and feral, as you saw with Strika. That doesn't make any sense. What? What? I don't get it. Using several of the same type at once, however, would result in physical changes. Why would it physically change you? Your teeth might become fangs, your nails claws. Too many and you'll become more beast than man. Which is what happened to that boss that we fought. He turned into a snake. This isn't making sense though. I wonder why they never tried to put a human soul into an animal. Or is that what Vieira's are? And Mikote's and Hrothgar? Weird. Changing one's form through the souls of other beings, it becomes more and more reminiscent of Void Scent. Unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken before they might reach the ethereal sea. Different means to achieve similar ends. A cycle to which all within the dome are bound. Not all of them. This is wrong. This is all wrong. See, me and Alizé, you're like, got the same wavelength, yo. It is indeed hard to accept, being so far removed from our own beliefs. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Perhaps more shocking is that the technology to achieve all this was developed hundreds of years ago. The civilization and the reflections are surprising indeed. No, that's not... They're trying to be all neutral about it. Alizé, I'm with you, girl. With you. Everybody else trying to be all neutral. Yeah, you know, based on, you know, the way we live, it's kind of weird, but, you know. Nah. Y'all being whack. Y'all being lame. And Emmett Selk spoke of surprising civilizations and other reflections. I wonder if he had Alexandria in mind. Having seen the beauty of the ethereal sea firsthand, I simply can't accept what they've done in Alexandria. I understand it's part of their culture, but it is no less disconcerting. Okay, finally, Cryle. Never seen it for myself. I've never seen it for myself, but it's said that if a beast's soul is potent enough, a single soul is enough to induce a monstrous transformation. What, like a Tira Vidra, if you take one of their souls? Well, we all have our thoughts on souls. For now, the important thing is we know what power Zoral Jah has at his disposal. It's one thing to separate corporal ether from incorporeal ether, but to strip memories from the soul entirely is unprecedented technology. This is no longer only Tuliyolal's concern. With his newfound power, Zoral Jah has become a real threat to the entire world. Indeed, he has to be stopped no matter the cost. Yeah, he's not going to be using that for anything good. Whoops. Let's see where the mom is at real quick. See if she's bringing the babies yet. She's still at the house. I have one viewer. I've seen it go up to 2 and 3 a couple of times. Alright. Let's get on to the next. Embracing Oblivion. I trust you've gained an insight into the use of souls in Alexandria. It's shocking, I know. I was overwhelmed myself at first. I expect you'll need some time to digest it all, but for now, let's head back to Earth and Sky. I've digested it plenty, I reject it. There's something I want to discuss with everyone. Let's take a moment before we head back to the tunnel. Yeah, I've heard enough. I've heard enough, my good sir. My, good madam. I understand the argument that we should keep an open mind if this practice is integral to their culture. Every fiber of my being rails against it. See, Alizane, you always tell her how it is. See, that's why she's probably my favorite character. Her and Steve probably are the top. What does Lamanti wish to discuss with her? Keeping. What does that mean, even? 'Tis well that we could see firsthand how regulators are used to draw upon even the souls of fiends. I shudder to imagine how powerful Zoral Jah could become. I know, like, you can just stuff all the souls in the entire tower. I'm sorry for delaying us, but I have some thoughts I need to share. In both technology and values, it's plain there's a wide gulf between Tuliyollal and Alexandria. And while Zoral Jah knows everything about us, we know hardly anything about what he's become. Indeed, we haven't even seen what lies within that enormous tower Everkeep. So here, I'd like to make a proposal. That is, we work with Kafkiwa and her people. Kafkiwa, we need to learn as much as we can about the enemy. The quickest way would be to join hands with Oblivion. Just that phrase. If you didn't know that Oblivion was a group, let's join hands with Oblivion. We've only just met them, I know, and we shouldn't be too quick to trust, but the fact remains that they share our desire to stop Zoral Jah. Sphene too claims to be at odds with the King of Resolve. May I ask why you would cooperate with Oblivion instead? It's simple, really. Their leader is Erenville's mother. Meanwhile, whatever Sphene may feel, she's a ruler of this nation. There's a greater risk in working with her, and less reason to take her at her word. Fair point, and knowing Zoral Jah, we must assume that his arrangement with Sphene was not made without some consideration. All I know is that it would be heartening to have allies in this strange world. I think everyone would agree that any help we can get would be welcome. Hold on. There's no guarantee that it's actually my mother behind. I was just thinking that. Behind the machine. Without seeing her in the flesh, we can't rule out the possibility of a ploy. If it turns out to be a trap, we endanger not only ourselves, but everyone in Tulia. As you say, we have no proof that it really is Kaukiwa. But I make my proposal in full awareness of this. Whether we're going to war or striving for peace, we need to learn as much as we can. Otherwise, we can't hope to do anything meaningful. As it stands, we know too little about this realm. We need to remedy that. We need to study the enemy, and when the time comes, strike down Zoro's jaw for good and all. What's more, I trust you, Iron Veil. You've always had great instincts, honed from your time training under your mother. What if I'm wrong? What if sentiment is clouding my judgment? It's a trap, and we'll deal with it when it's sprung. I trust you as well. No, it's time. It's always the way with you. That's right. The sword will come out. Fine. If you're set on this, then I'll say no more. Well, then let's be about it. Then settled. Let's head inside and secure ourselves some new allies. By the way, I like this movie. Yeah, this whole thing is knocked by the hairs of mine, chinna. Keep an open mind. People act like having an open mind is like just inherently a moral and good thing. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. What you got for me, Graha? The Val Resolve is possessed of conviction and flexibility both. If the tales are true, she learned much in the course of the Rite of Succession. Alizé, I'm all for dealing with Zoro Jah. We need to consider how our actions may affect ordinary Alexandrians. They're not the enemy after all. True that. I agree with Lamont. It's a gamble regardless of whether or not we choose to work with the people here. And more knowledge is better than less. Alright. I should probably talk to everybody, but I just really don't care for some of them characters. Kaukiwa, there's something I need to tell you and your people. We came here for no other reason than to strike down Zoro Jah. Oh. But I thought he was your brother. Yeah, and he killed our father. Do you really mean to kill your own kin? He killed our own kin. My kin invaded our nation and murdered our people. As Val Resolve, it falls to me to bring him to account. I'm prepared to do what I must. I won't hesitate when the time comes. Like us, you and yours oppose Zoro Jah. In light of this, I propose that we work together to stop him once and for all. Huh? I like her little faces on her screen. I realize that this is sudden, that it's a gamble to trust someone you've only just met. But I would trust in the convictions of anyone who shares my goal, so fight with me, I beg you. How do you know they share your convictions? As you say, our goals align, and I don't doubt your resolve in the least. If you hadn't proposed working together, I would have done so instead. Truth be told, it's been tough to going at it alone. While we've gathered ample intelligence, we don't have the strength to take decisive action. Besides, how could we not trust you? My only son is with you, my fussy little bun. He's all the reason I need. It's decided. Here's to a fruitful collaboration. Thank you, Kaukiwa. Everyone. Together we'll achieve great things, I'm sure of it. Let's not waste any time. We've been wondering about Zorojaw's whereabouts. Is there a palace inside that tower? After a fashion, the king resides on the uppermost level, but while Queen's Fiend has a penchant for going out in public, he seldom shows himself. What's more, his movements are highly classified. Not even his commanders are privy to that information. If anyone knows where he is at any given time, it could only be the Queen. Even if we don't know his whereabouts, Zorojaw will eventually march on Tuliolal again. That's when we can go after him. The drawback is we'd have to wait for the invasion to happen. Innocents would be put in harm's way. There's also the possibility that he'll leave everything to his minions and not command the army in person. Nah, he'll beat her. He's too prideful for that. Yeah, he'll take to the field. No, he'll take to the field. What makes you so certain? Have you met Zorojaw? Have you met him? My brother has always yearned to surpass our father. That's why he attacked Tuliolal. After waiting for 30 years, the first thing he wanted to do was demonstrate his newfound strength. It's not even his strength. But killing Papa didn't satisfy him, so now he's been on proving himself stronger than me and Kona, who bested him in the right of succession. He challenged me to strike him down. He wants a duel to show everyone that he's superior to the Dawn Servant, and he won't let his minions deprive him of the pleasure. And why hasn't he appeared and given you your chance? Surely he's aware of our presence here. At that, I can only guess. Perhaps he wants to dazzle us with his wondrous realm. But if he won't deign to appear, then we'll force him to do so. Even as we gather intelligence, we make no move to attack him, show absolutely no interest in a confrontation. Knowing him, he'll tire of waiting and turn his attention to Kona instead. He'll attack Tuliolal again, like he said he would. I see. If you believe this is the best approach, then we have no objections. Any campaign against Tuliolal requires that Zorojaw lead his forces through Vanguard. We'll have lookouts keep an eye on it day and night. Such a strategy is certainly viable. If we're proceeding with it, though, we should warn those outside. Indeed, they'll need time to prepare their defenses. I should be glad to coordinate our efforts. I'm already in regular contact with Stola, and we'll make sure to keep our comrades apprised of developments. You can leave Vanguard to us. We'll send word at the first sign of movement. It seems we have a plan. While we wait for Zorojaw to move, you do well to prepare for battle, and it begins with familiarizing yourselves with the technology that empowers him. I think we get it. To that end, I'll show you to the Oblivion's main headquarters. What? Oh, I thought this place was it. That's what? Chuckle? You'll be impressed to know that we're located right inside that tower in the residential district of Solution 9. Are we finally going up in there? Hiding a tree in the forest, as it were. The only question is how to get you through the checkpoint. Oh, we already on that. Sphene added, she added us to the list. How about that? Sphene said that she'd make it so we could enter without issue. She did? Curious. She's not supposed to have such authority over the sentries. If I recall correctly, her words were that she would register us as guests. I see. Perhaps we're in the clear then. When you're ready, come and meet me at the tower entrance. Before you head out, give us a moment to introduce ourselves properly, eh? After all, names are good to know when working together. What you got for me, Gra? The intelligence that Kakiwa and her people possess will be very useful to our efforts. Alize, the original Zay? Between making new friends and entering the tower, I can't help but feel a little excited. Is it just me, or are Aaronville and Kakiwa complete opposites in personality? While Oblivion has operatives all over, we're the main crew here. I'm Yode, the leader of this hideout. and the dependable young twins behind me are Nostalgia and Wayakwi. Why doesn't... Anyways. I'm Nostalgia. It's a pleasure to meet you. My sister and I were born and raised inside the barrier. We've been with Oblivion for 3 years, and our main duties are surveillance and provisioning. Twins, eh? That explains the resemblance. Wayaki is a Tanawawatan name, unless I'm mistaken. That's right, our mother is Tuliolan, and our father is Alexandrian. They wanted to honor both cultures. Okay, I was just about to ask why their names are different. They're beautiful names. I was like, why isn't the other name like Nostalgia? Thank you. Though I have no memories of my mother, I like to think I carry a part of her with me. Why don't you got no memories? They probably stole them. So, what made you decide to join Oblivion? Oh, memory stealing. Memory theft. We wanted to avenge our father. Ambrose was his name, and years ago he was taken away after a scuffle with a soldier over a disagreement. It was a minor incident, so at first we clung to the hope that he'd be released. But when months went by with no word from or about him, we made the decision to remove our regulators. We had already lost the memories of our mother. We didn't want to lose those of our father as well. Okay, so they did get stripped of them. I was joking. They all forgotten about him now. Everyone who had known him. That so-and-so. Even here he thinks nothing of his own people. Sometime later, we were approached by a member of Oblivion. Hoping to get justice for our father, we joined the Order. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to darken the mood. No, I appreciate you sharing this. Together we'll avenge your father. Yeah, that's messed up. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking. Thank you. Something tells me you have what it takes. Yeah, it's called the Warrior of Light. You introduce yourself too. Go on. What, is she shy? It's pretty much the same story for me. And while mine is a so-and-so name, I haven't the faintest how things are outside the barrier. It's my dream to go and see it with my own eyes, our mother's homeland. Once peace is restored, you must come and visit. The wilds are beautiful, the food delicious, and everyone's so nice. You'll love it. And that's us here. You'll meet the others in the back room. That's our headquarters. Some of them are a little eccentric, but they have good hearts. All. Eleneshbia. One last thing. It isn't exactly my place to say this, but thank you for seeking out Kaukiwa. She talks about you so much, it's clear how important you are to her. He's like, that's not really my mother, it's a TV screen. That's all. Be good to your mother while you still can, eh? That's not my mother! It's a TV screen! He didn't say that. Well, we'll let you go now. Feel free to use this hideout as you like. So is his mom's at the headquarters of base? The main place? Is that where she's at? Is that what we'll see her? Meanwhile, in Everkeep. That looks like a soul packaging plant. Where do they get all those souls from? Are they the majority of them animals? Beasts?
You've been consorting with Wuk Lamat.
Consorting.
No matter. I do not know what you are scheming. But when your realm lay on the brink, you were powerless. You had no choice but to turn to me. Whatever sentiment you may feel for her, it is my power you require. Is it not?
He's like, bow.
Perhaps. And yet, knowing the love that Wuk Lamat bears for her people, how she regards them all as kin, I cannot help but wish to spare her the same pain I have suffered. What's more, her friends possess new knowledge. Were we to work together, we might find another path.
You don't want that. He wants to prove himself, and you're messing that up.
I know you're loath to consider it, but is there no hope for peace with Tuliolo?
Nah.
What we've already done may be unforgivable, but it needn't continue. You needn't kill your brother and sister.
I slew my only flesh and blood. Yet you attempt to sway me with an appeal to family. The memory of my father's final moments still fills me with disappointment. Age came for him before I did. For long years, I sought to prove the miracle. And weak as he was, defeating him achieved nothing.
What I don't get is how he can call him weak. He fought him regularly without stuffing his body full of souls and got defeated. It wasn't until he stuffed his body with souls that he won. You know what I'm saying? How can you say that's disappointing? You couldn't beat him on your own. You had to use these other methods.
To kill them is my only recourse. Uklamat and Kona, who bested him as he was in his prime.
Yeah, and without their souls.
They
Without a bunch
are
of souls.
still your siblings, even if not by blood. That such bonds should mean so little to you.
I am bound to no one. Serve none save myself. I made that clear when first you spoke to me in the Golden City. Remember, I can easily kill your beloved family. If you would protect them, cast aside any foolish notions. Your wisdom and abilities are valuable insofar as our goals align. So think well before you act, Queen of Reason.
Woohoo!
Uklamat, if you are father's worthy successor, then you will find your way to me. But should you fall short, I will lay waste to Tuli Yolal.
What now?
You messed up, girl. You done let the devil in. Solution 9. We finally hit it in. Right. Kaukiwa is waiting. Let's head to the tower. We headed in, y'all. We headed in. Don't regret your decision now, Sphinx. Get your wings out my face! I should probably get the ether currents, but I ain't gonna do that on stream. I'll do it off stream, I guess. Yeah, I already finished those areas. Oh, there's still... What is this area? There's still one more area left. Don't be aggroing me. Mechanical Century. Kaukiwa. Let us in, TV face. Ah, there you are. You know what that reminds me of? Kaukiwa is this little TV thing. I don't know if you've all seen Loki. But it reminds me of that system thing. The little anime cartoon system thing that, you know, that they talk to or whatever. That's sort of what it reminds me of a little bit. It can't just appear anywhere, but if Queen's Fiend has registered you as guest, you should be able to march right in. And if she hasn't, then you may have a swarm of Zoraljal's minions to deal with. Sounds like fun to me. Nothing for it but to see if Sphene has betrayed us, eh? Thank you for your diligent service, friends. My companions and I would like to pass, if you'd be so kind. Outrunner guide unit identified. Registration number verified. 6 accompanying civilians identified. Verifying credentials. Credentials verified. Welcome, guests of Queen's Fiend. We hit me with them rhymes, with them bars. What a relief. Hi. There you have it. It seems the Queen was true to her word. Follow me, everyone. Solution 9 awaits. So what's this place gonna look like? Feet. Shopping mall. Midgar. Shinra HQ.
Everkeep.
No, I'm kidding.
A tower of electro piercing a perpetual shroud of storm clouds.
Is this a city within a tower?
Occupying the 9th level of this 12-tiered structure is a residential district called Solution 9.
Wow.
In so naming their home, what hopes did its founders harbor for it? And did it prove the answer they sought?
I wonder what the air would be like in such a place. Like that you breathe. Is there wind? How can that place not be hot with all that electricity?
Spectacular, isn't it? There are more districts throughout the tower, including industrial ones, but Solution 9 is the largest.
Just being here makes my head spin.
Yeah, it's a little advanced.
Perfectly natural reaction.
Stop telling me what's natural.
A city of shimmering electrode, replete with strange technologies that cater to every conceivable need.
Stop lying.
I never dreamed the life back home in Tuliolo.
Stop disparaging our hometown.
Now, while I go and explain the situation to those in the back room, why not take a moment to explore?
You and your back room.
I believe lived experiences are far more educational than dry explanations.
Lived experiences. What a phrase.
And you want to know more about Sphene and Zoralja's Dominion, do you not?
I don't like how chipper you are. You had me at explore. We do need to better understand who and what we're dealing with. Yeah, I'll give you that. I like this music, though.
It's no less than our duty.
Just to confirm, while we have been allowed inside, are we also permitted to roam?
Absolutely. As Sphene's registered guest, you'll find you're exempt from the sentry scrutiny. The elevator to the uppermost level. I wouldn't go near that. But other areas should be fine, provided you act like you belong.
Well, that's the first place I'm gonna go.
All right then, we'll show ourselves around.
Yes. Familiarizing ourselves with the technology here will help us prepare for the battles to come.
Whatever, you're just enjoying it.
Try not to enjoy yourselves too much,
Right.
or you're liable to attract attention.
Once you've explored to your satisfaction, come to the entrance to True View in the eastern sector.
This place is
There
huge!
is a little complicated, so I'll send someone to guide you.
Understood. We'll see you later.
not too happy.
I shall speak with the residents. Perhaps one of them will recognize the earring.
Oh, right, the earring. Think about that.
What's with this place? How can this all be the inside of a tower?
I just said that.
So, what aren't you telling me? Where are you?
Where you at? You lying?
That I can't reveal yet.
Oh, no.
Precautions, you understand. Just know that I'm safe.
What do you mean precautions? He's your son. Hey, hey,
Tell me about your adventurer friend. You seem to have a great deal of faith in him.
I like this music.
You must have been through a lot together.
You might say that. For instance, we found the entrance to the Golden City.
Yeah, I don't really care for him. I don't really care for him as a character.
What? You did? Eleanor, why didn't you mention this sooner?
You want to explore together?
No, I don't like you very much either.
It's not that I'm scared or anything. Everything is just so different from home is all.
Now, if actually it was E-Rock, that'd be nice. But just as a outsider, and this is a story, I don't really care much for her character. Look at this place! Look at it! There's flying cars, yo! What? How can there be this big of a city inside of a tower? Towers inside a tower. I see it, but I still can't believe it. Yeah, you and me both, sister. For now, I say we proceed straight ahead. If we feel like we're getting lost, we can always turn around and go back the way we came. Yeah, so first things first, anytime you reach a new city, you got to go and get the Aetherites. And this is what they look like, apparently. That way you can zip around the city and get to places quicker. It'll probably be best to switch the machine so they can move quicker. Hey! 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 This music makes me want to dance. You can't use no mounts here. I like the movement plus. I'm the machinist. Movement increase. So how do you get over here to those? I wonder. This almost looks like a big mall. You know, and What if, like, you're walking along and this big old plate just falls out of nowhere with all these structures around? Because it's inside a tower. What does the bottom look like? Can you see the bottom? What? It looks like it's practically bottomless. I think I just saw a flying car down there. Look at that. The bottom looks like the top. Crossroads already. This place is too much. I have no idea where I should go. Right, I've made up my mind. Let's head to that building over there. He's got a gun! Monk's about to be 100. That's a big boy.
Ah! There you are! Lamati!
Not Sphene again. She can't be trusted.
Sphene!
I was worried you might have had trouble at the checkpoint, but I see everything went according to plan.
Well, that's thanks to you.
Now, I know you've scarcely arrived, but I have a request to make of you.
Oh, a request, you say?
Yes, an important one.
What you about to request of us? You better not ask for our souls. Or for us to put on a regulator.
I'll say it plain. I want you to make peace with Zoraja.
That's not gonna happen.
What? I thought you said you weren't on his side.
We have come no closer to seeing eye to eye, nor do I condone his methods. Be that as it may, I don't want you to fight him. I don't want you to regret a decision made in anger and haste.
What do you mean?
Unequipped with regulators as you are, the risk is too great.
We've been living our whole lives this way. What do you mean?
I appreciate your concern, but you ask the impossible. Zoraja murdered our father. His minions slaughtered our countrymen. He will never renounce his war.
Right.
As vow of resolve, it falls to me to stop him.
I don't even know how you could even ask us that.
I know you love your people too. And so you must understand how I feel. Why I cannot, will not back down.
I do understand. All too well. Let me say only this, then. Zoraja will use any means to win. If you would protect your people, return to them at once and prepare. Prepare as best you can. It may ring hollow coming from the queen of an enemy nation. But unlike me, you still have the power to determine your own fate.
You really are a curious one. Look, you needn't worry for us. We have dependable comrades holding the fort in Tulihyolal. They'll keep everyone safe. so we can devote our attention to affairs here.
Please.
Oh, is there some kind of plan or something going on? Never fear, I'll be there alongside her.
So you have comrades on whom you can rely. I envy you.
You know, we'd like to learn more about you.
About me?
Yeah, the shady one.
To be frank, we're still not sure whether or not you're trustworthy.
Exactly.
So, if you have a moment, would you show us around the district? That way, we can get to know you better.
Yeah, shady lady.
You're asking me, the Queen, to show you around?
That's right, Queen's fiend.
Oh, but I jest. I'm flattered that you've taken an interest in me. Very well, I shall be your guide. You're my guests, after all, and teaching you about my realm would be a pleasure in and of itself. If you like, I can introduce you to my citizens, too. I consider them family, as you do yours.
By all means, we're in your capable hands.
That you are. This will be an enjoyable and enlightening tour, I promise.
Neat. But we'll have to save it for next time. Boo hoo 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 hoo. I'm sure my mom will be bringing the twins home anytime soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. Yep, she literally just texted me. Alright guys, well, so as you saw with the last two live streams, we have a new tradition. Gonna close the video out with the Lord's Prayer. It's dark times out there, and we want to be true warriors of light. There's only one way to do that. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. In Jesus' precious name, amen. I appreciate y'all for watching, and we will see y'all on the next one. Have a good one.